Welcome back to the PoE Randomizer Challenge. My name's Joe Arbus, and we're gonna continue on with the Ice Nova Witch, who's currently in Act 3. And while I'm loading up out of Exile, in case you need a reminder of the rules, here they are. So let's just jump right into it, or however Philip DeFranco says that. Alright, so I spruced up the character a little bit, nothing fancy. Just something to please the eyes, let's say, right? Okay, so last time we left off, we wanted to get this staff to work on for us, which we can do with one level up, so let's go get that. Now over here is the labyrinth. For me, all of the 6 trials are completed, but you can find them in Acts 1, 2, and 3. I'll later show where those can be found, but we aren't going to be engaging with it right now. The recommended for level for it is around 33, because that's what the monster level is in that area. Excuse me, I need to cough. Okay. So over here, what we're trying to find is the crematorium. Now, most likely the first thing you're gonna come across is the sewer grating to find it. Usually quite close to the start. Why is everything filled with doggos? I need to change this in a sec. Are all the empty slots with doggos? Ah, look at him. So that's roll over. He can also play dead. Oh. This one is who's a good doggy. And sit. He just sits. And if I start moving away, let's see if he'll start following me. No. I even do a little whistle. Right, so that's our best boy. Does that mean he has more commands? Hold on, I now have to find this out. If I remove this, can I put something else here? No, it's 4. Alright. We need to solve our damage issue. It's only 322. That's not gonna be enough for the labyrinth. Well, it can be, but yeah, it's just gonna take way too long. So over here is the sewer grating. We can't. For some reason the game lagged when I did that. But we can't open it. That's because we need to do one of the quests here first, which is to find the crematorium and confront Piety. This time for real. I think what I should do is probably play dead, use a good doggy, and roll over. So every once in a while I can just press it. Anyways, the crematorium, right? We also picked up a shrine that gives us ice, which is technically exactly our style here. And even against enemies that aren't resistant to us, you can see that the amount of damage we do is really low. Now imagine like a really buffed up boss, right? It's gonna take forever. Don't worry, we'll fix that issue.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Okay, is that a better flask? Looks like it's possible. Yeah, it's a giant one. And it's superior. Flasks sometimes also come in qualities, you can increase those, though it's a bit harder, because you need certain gems. The same goes with, not gems but currency. The same goes with gems, because you can increase gems quality through the use of currency as well, which we'll take a look at later. I accidentally clicked into the Viridian Forest. It's fine. Sure, I can escape it.
Hello.
Now, we can... the one thing we can do is we can check out the stock, right? Maybe she has good tincture that we can use later on. First we need to do the quest she gives us. I guess it wouldn't hurt to take a look. All damage can shock. Enemies against full life. Mana regeneration rate. No, we don't care about shock. We don't care about stealing power charges, so this is a no-go. Let's just go find the exit. Trying to avoid following the path in case there's another close by. Yellow thing, but I guess I don't have a choice. Okay. So, unfortunately, the problem with doing that is that now some of the enemies here will be stronger. So, what I can do is reset the instance. Just so it doesn't take as long. Yeah, like, this guy's... he's a bit too much for us to handle. That's why we need this one single level up, and I think should be a little bit better. Now, there's another trial in this place. That's why you can see all the doors and the book icon. Which one was it? This... gonna quickly check. Ah, so it's the floor is lava. And what do we get over here? Well, this is the one that gives us that all of our hits are critical strikes.
When I'm ready and not before.
Which can be quite powerful. Now, let's kill this guy. This one so we can easily level up. But I guess these guys will interrupt us, right? Okay. Now we can get our level. So we are going here. Now that we got the extra strength, we should be able to use this. Now, is this better, right? Well, not by itself, but we can make it better. I'll show you how. So if we go to our hideout and into the crafting bench, now you'll see that over here we have 16% increased elemental damage, 9% increased spell damage, and 6 to 10 cold damage to spells. So it is worse, right? And if we... oh no, it has full... I was gonna say that if it wasn't... okay, can we actually do anything with this? Yes, we can add a suffix. Well, there goes my lesson. What I was gonna say is that if we didn't have, let's say, the increased fire damage, what we can actually still get on this is spell damage. That's because the caster's prefix that we have is a hybrid. So hybrid modes don't disable the use of regular ones, which just increases spell damage. So technically we could have gotten this one, but sadly no. Fine. Although here it says this item already has a mod of this type. Well, that's incorrect. You can actually craft on it. I think it's the problem because of the prefixes. Okay, so do we want more cast speed? Our current cast speed is 0.56. I don't think that's gonna increase our damage all by that much. But we can get increased cold damage. And while it may be only 9 to 12% damage, that's at least something. Now if we compare it, let's put out Herald Device, 260. It's actually worse. Why is it worse? Because of the strength requirement. Oh, this gives us +2 strength, and this one gives us only +10, and apparently that's not enough. We're off by 1. Hey. Well, every time I want to do a lesson, it always backfires on me. By the way, what's its level now? 24. So we're just in the range of it. And I believe I would have crafted the second tier, which gives us more damage, but it would have upped the item level significantly more, and thus we wouldn't be able to use it for a while.
When I'm ready, I'm not
Now we really need to start looking for some leech options. Currently this isn't doing much for us. 720 health isn't all that lot, and we're missing out on 300 energy shield. I wonder, do I actually have to go in here? I think that could be the case. Yeah, I have to because that place goes over there. Right. Let's kill some more guys, because we need that additional level up. Now, technically there is another way. I could get the strength, I could craft strength on gear as well. But I don't want to do that. Or something that's probably going to be a temporary upgrade. Once we get into the labyrinth, I think we're going to get some better choices for our gear. Ooh, it seems I was wrong. We didn't have to go here, but at least we still get the XP. While we're killing these guys, where's my dog? There he is. Come here. Here. He's dead. Not real. Just playing.
There she is, my work in progress.
Okay, these guys periodically enlarge, so they're gonna do more damage and attack faster when they enrage. Now, this fight can be quite deadly, especially if you don't have kept out lightning resistance. So I'm gonna carefully get rid of these guys. We'll wait until they're not enraged and then attack them. Like this dude. Now, kill all the minions. So that we can deal with Piety herself. Luckily she doesn't spawn any more guards, so it's gonna be a one-on-one. Now we only need to get her down to 50% health. It's the only positive I see here. And we should be about there. Just we're running low on flasks. Once we kill her, you can go here over Tollman, get his bracelet, and just head on back to town. Now after this encounter, if you talk to Momo, she's gonna give plenty of new gems for you to try. One of which is Frostbite, which curses, giving enemies cold, minus cold resistance, which could be good, since we want to deal more cold damage. And it can even go into the negative, right? So if you have 0 cold resistance and if the enemy has 0 cold resistance and I use a curse like this, they'll have minus 17. Is there anything else we want to use? Well, we do get more auras. One of those is Discipline. And well, yeah, it does give us some benefits. Although we do lose on one of them. For now, I'll take the Discipline Hour. Now that I speak to Clarissa, she's gonna give me the sewer keys. But also, we can now go and purchase additional auras that we want. So is there anything we really need? So there's Purity of White. There is Hatred, but Hatred is physical damage, it's extra cold damage. So we don't benefit from that. We would merely get 14% more cold damage. But this comes at a cost of 50% mana reservation, and I'm not yet prepared to eat up that much mana. So other than that, I guess we'll take Frostbite. And where can we socket it? Well, we're kinda low, but we still found 2 places where we can do so. Now I'm gonna set Frostbite's already set on mass form for me, and for our new aura, Discipline, we'll put it here. We also got a ring. Is it any good? Nope. So let's sell this and deposit everything else. Maybe let's look at this flask. We can make it kinda useful. And removes curse on use. Why not? Okay, so now, why do we need to do? Oh, it's the Lord's Labyrinth. Where we want to head now is the slums, and we can now open the sewer gate, right?
That would just make life complicated.
We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 6 more levels.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Now that we have the key, it does show with an exclamation mark. Now let's look for the 3 busts. The first one is usually on the top here from the entrance, the other 2 on the other side of the map. We get a couple of skill gems here. One of those is the Superior Spell Totem. All it means is that it has plus 8% quality. Now I won't be using that, so I'm not going to bother picking it up. Okay, we get another roll at the shield. 5 mana regen, all good. But yeah, our damage is unfortunately too low for me to switch it up. It's PoE. Over here in the stash, once we defeat these guys, if we open it up, it's the first bust. We need to find 2 more. over here we're gonna find a blocked passage. We cannot go this way yet, we'll be able to later in the act. For now, grab the waypoint, and we can already see where the second bust is. There's our nice level up. Are these good? In comparison? Some crap movement speed on them. But it would give us lower evasion, and evasion is something I'm gonna want to start prioritizing. So let's grab another strength level, and let's see if now our damage is gonna be increased. So let's do this first, so our Rs get switched off. It's 260, and the difference is 326. So yeah, now this one is better. Problem with it is though that the sockets do not match, so I guess we can go and fix that issue since we're right up here. Let's see how lucky we are. That's quite lucky. And I need... yeah, I need it to be specific. Wasting a lot, but here we go. Now, since we're using skills that don't really interact with each other, Discipline doesn't affect Herald Device, and Frostbite doesn't affect these two, we can go even without... we only need the sockets, we don't need them to be linked. But it doesn't...
Not the muscle for that.
requires 44 strength because we currently are in need of strength. So that's a workaround. We equip this item so we have the strength requirement. Once we click on it, we lose the strength, but it's enough that we get from the plus 10. I really hate this bug. I think it's a bug. Like if your weapon gives you plus 10 strength, it should add to that. Just ridiculous. Yeah, now we'll be doing slightly more damage. And if we pop these, it's 386. Of course, Discipline, the aura doesn't really affect that. What Discipline does, it gives us more energy shield. Now it reserves 35%. And actually, I should probably not even use it. I'm gonna keep it on, just so that any gem that is on your character gets leveled up. But since we don't regen energy shield at the moment, or well, leech it, it's kinda useless. The only thing it does just basically means we work with less mana. Okay, faster casting, good. All we need to do is find the last bust.
When I'm ready, I'm not
These guys are a bit resistant to our call damage, that's why it took so long, but yeah, there's the bust. We're gonna probably use it now, because if you complete this quest, you do get a skill point for it. This is actually a bit more of a special book. You gain not only a skill point, but you also get 2 passive respect points. So now we can get ourselves a little bit of life.
That would just make life complicated.
Step into the giant frog, like Naruto. Giant flask. And we'll skip it for now. Another tormented spirit, but since he doesn't have any rare enemies or unique enemies nearby, he just goes away. So Act 3 can be a bit more of a hassle to go through for newer people. For newer players, I guess I should say. Because it kind of goes all around. You have to first go here, then you have to go there, then you have to travel back into that place. It's not as straightforward as Act 1 and 2. Although Act 2 is... well, Act 2 is kind of simple because you explore the left side or the right side, and then you can... no, you can explore the top side. Can't really get lost. These are the catacombs. If you go in there, what you can get is another trial. Okay, it seems like we reached the cap. Our precision needs dexterity, so for now it's gonna be at... which level is it? Level 4. These guys enrage, same as the enemies we saw before, so we can just wait it out and then attack. And again, once they enrage, we can either go away, but these aren't nearly as deadly. Okay, there's our level up. And we get 20 to maximum life and 10% increased life. Beautiful. Just 3 more. Right now we're searching just for the exit, which is right here. So first things first, we need to find the waypoint. You can even cheat and blink up here. Okay, how much damage do we get for each level? 293, 480, so it scales up decently. I've seen worse. Most skills who don't have that much damage allow you to make it so that you can make multiple of them. For instance, like a projectile attack, right? You could have a slight increase, but you're firing 3 to 5 projectiles. Seems like we ventured a little bit too far up. And we'll also grab the item that's here, although it is guarded by these buffoons. Yeah, I need to change the flask I have on the first slot, because I believe it has the... oh, it's just increased charge use. It's just really slow. How much does it do? Oh, it's only 185 life, that's what. Yeah, definitely the next flask I see I'll be replacing it. Don't want to go in there, so let's just see about clicking right past it. There we go. Almost went inside.
When I'm ready, and not before.
So here in the docks, we're gonna be searching for two things. Again, the waypoint, but that's because the NPC that's there is right next to it. And we also need to find some supplies. But in general, this place is actually good for leveling up, because the way you figure that stuff out is by realizing that you can run without like much trouble and keep finding enemies. It's not a maze. It doesn't have a maze-like structure. Well, these are quite beefy. But finally it seems like we'll be able to take them down. Okay, a quartz scepter. Would like to check that out. But this guy is taking too long. So let's maybe dupe him, and ooh, we get the cool pattern. Here's Captain Fairgraves. It turns out we didn't really kill him. Well, we did, but he's still a ghost. And can we blink here? Yes, that saves us a little bit of time. And we found a Colossal Flask. Fortunately, it requires level 30 and we're at level 28. But that's good. Nevertheless, let's grab more life. We're at 911 and 919. 911. So now that we're done here, we got the ribbon spool that we need. Or was it the ribbon spoon or no? It's the sulfite, right? Let's sell some of the junk we got.
Hello.
And look at this bad boy. Has everything except the thing that we need. How nice.
Stay out of the shadows. Right.
And now that we completed the docks, we can head to the battlefront once more and head to the top side.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Okay, that's enough XP farming. If you can even call that farming. And let's go into the Solaris Temple. We need to head to level 2, because that's where we'll find the Ella.
I can't abide housework.
Waypoint Uno. I think it was the one where you had to actually go in this direction. No. It's in one of these rooms? Yeah. Seems so. So there are two mini bosses here. One fire, one electricity based lightning. Quite easy to kill. Let's see that effect again. Yeah. Okay, so this place actually connects, so we could have gone there as well. Right on down to level 2. So that is the only place to go. We essentially need to do a U-turn in this map at the beginning here.
When I'm ready, I'm not.
At least that's how it's been for the last couple of times I've run this place. Okay, so we're one off. Then we get the Iron Grip, which will change nothing for our character, except the fact that we're going to be able to then choose what we want for our next level up. There are a couple of issues we need to start solving as fast as possible. Right, over here is the owl. If you go into the internal laboratory, you can find a crafting recipe. I already have it, so I won't be going there. And what kind of amulet do we want? We probably want a lapis.
The cockroaches. I like that.
Could have taken the dexterity one, the jade. The lapis is better. Right, at least right now. Okay, so this is obviously an upgrade. Yeah, except for the fact that this gives us strength. It's filled with suffixes. Right, so can we change that? Yes, we can. We also got ourselves the infernal track, and that will allow us to head into the sewers and unblock the passageway. Let's head to our hideout and fix the strength issue. So over here we have this ring. Let's craft some strength to it. And now we can switch. We can. How much? What? That doesn't make any sense. We're losing dexterity. Oh, right, this gives us also 16 dexterity. And it's full of suffixes. I mean, I guess we can craft some on our gloves for now. Not the best solution. Okay, what can we get here? Well, yeah, we cannot get the all damage to attacks because that won't work. What we can do is get elemental attack. No, but it's attack skills. For more mana. Doesn't this already have mana? No. Alright, more mana it is, or it isn't. 32? God damn, okay, well, I'm gonna just put it at the first one. Level 32 from that simple craft. Anyways. At least we got what we want. Now that we start using our skill, our mana recharges quite fast. We don't have to spam flasks as often. Now from this place we can head into two directions. We can either go to the Infernal Gardens or face piety, and I'm gonna choose the second option. Just kidding. I don't have enough damage to comfortably beat her yet again. So instead we're gonna be looking for the Infernal Gardens, which are right here. And we're gonna be heading to a very special place. First I need to check the right side here. There's a chance that one of the things that can spawn here spawns on the right side. Seems like today isn't the case. So I guess I should check over here, right? But yeah, seems like we're in the clear. There's another trial in this area. Usually to the straight if you head straight to the top, you'll find it. It's a lot of guys. One of these Mirage, yeah. This guy has the skill Mirage images. That's why he keeps sometimes splitting into, how many is it? 6 entities. Let's just ignore him. It's gonna take just too much time. There's the waypoint. We're gonna head to the left side here. We need to find the library. And can we use our flask now? No, just level 30. One more. There she is. And if we wanted to find the trial, I think we can do so easily if we just head here. And this would be the one that introduces you to toxic darts. Ooh. Bane Rage. These guys can be troublesome, because not only do they deal damage, but if you kill them and they're not frozen, the spikes that they have on their back are also gonna explode. Just like that. And that deals some decent physical damage. So there's the trial.
When I'm ready, and not before.
In case you were wondering. Oh, and over here's the scepter entrance, but we can't go there yet because we fortunately do not yet have access to it. Need to kill piety. I want to find the plum. I'm guessing it's over here somewhere. It was indeed on the right side, just not the lower right side. Oh, here's the plum. It's necessary for Captain Fairgrave's quest. It's an optional quest, because the reward is just a piece of jewelry. But I'm gonna do it because I might as well roll for some, since our current jewelry isn't all that great. I'll take anything he offers. And now for the long walk to our destination. Guess might as well kill some enemies along the way. We do need that last level to finish our keystone grinding. And so that I can finally remove this ridiculous flask that I have.
I no
Thank
longer
you.
need fear.
guess now that I will have Iron Grip, Destiny has seen that I no longer need any kind of gear. There we go, Iron Grip. And let's quickly change this out. And do we want to switch this with anything else? I guess we can do this one. Don't care about poison. Again, the mirage images, don't want to deal with those. What we're gonna do now is go into the library, and the library is a really important place because there we'll meet a merchant. What do we have? Essence of Woe? Alright, let's do it. We'll see how it goes. This area is basically the equivalent of the movie Night at the Museum. You get skinny doggos and skinny people. Skinny archivists, what they're called. Okay, and WoW is really good for us because if we decide to later craft with it, it guarantees that we get increased spell damage on it. And that's why, when we found the fracture items in the previous stream, the ones which had one of its stats locked to the item, if you get a good roll on it, that means not only that you guarantee every time you reroll your item that you're still gonna have it, you can then also use essences to guarantee a second modifier, so that's 2 modifiers you don't have to worry about. The rest only are random. That's why these different methods of crafting are so important. Now Siosa, he's a ghost who can help us out, but first we need to do his little quest. In order to do so, we're gonna be looking for a loose candle. Be over here. This gets us the access to the archives where we need to find 4 golden pages. Luckily, they all have exclamation marks, so it's just a matter of getting to them now. Okay, there's one. We can already see the second and the third. Check up here. Yes, we also see another corruption zone, but I'm not gonna enter it. I don't really need to. Now, I'm excited to have this level. I'll be able to do whatever I want with it. This is a little mini boss. Nothing too crazy. Deal with him. Okay, let's grab the last page. Guess we can kill this guy. However, you can see that he leeches life from us. So we would have to be constantly moving for him not to hit us. It just sounds like a boring time. Okay, so we can now head back to Siosa. Sounds foreign. And as a thank you, he gives us any kind of support gem. Well, not any kind, but lots of different ones. We could get something that penetrates cold resistance. Out of these ones, is there any good one to use? Ooh, energy leech shield. Well, we most likely are gonna need this one, so I'll take. But also, as you can see, we get an access to a huge amount of gems. Now, as you can see, there are two pages. The first page is always the attack gems, and the second page is the support gems. So again, attack, support. Now let's look at some supports, and what we can search for is auras. So are there any good auras? Well, not in here. How about here? No. That's because they're in attack. So I'm gonna take any there, but I am gonna take one that's down here, which is Grace. We're gonna need that a bit later on. Unfortunately, again, this is the kind of shop, since you're away from the stash tab, you do have to go to your camp and get it. It's not that big of an issue. Let's see, it was Orb of Augmentation. Augmentation. Oh, no, I didn't want to go to Solar's Temple. I want to go to the library.
May reason.
So let's grab Race. No? I really should read these things.
That would just make life complicated.
It's one of these. Oh, come on, man. I was offering something of higher value, no doubt.
It's so.
Finally, there we go. Now we're gonna need to solve the issue of dexterity. But yeah, we're gonna need the energy leech, which is gonna be in one more level. And this one we can already use, but it requires 58. And we're slightly below that. So let's go to Clarissa. It seems like she isn't selling the amulet we need, which is too bad. Anything good here? Not really, but this is a good base. 21. Well, I'll be. This would be kind of cool. But yeah, unfortunately, we would have to use a Regal Orb, and I doubt we're gonna get anything. Okay.
Watch yourself.
What can we do? So, this ring kind of sucks. I'm gonna look at my stash of rings and see if there's anything better. Do we have something with dexterity? No. What about our uniques? We have a couple uniques here. This one gives us some decent damage. This one we could use. Actually, we can use it because but it's only against frozen enemies. I think I'm gonna switch it to this ring. And in terms of maybe a better shield if we have one. No, we don't. How about armor? I'm gonna use this one. This gives us a little bit of damage, I guess. Although I usually have done a hard time removing it. For boots, we compare them to our current ones. Yeah, it would seem like these are a bit better. Plus they give us the 5 dexterity. Maybe we got some gloves we can use. Seems like the answer is no. How about the belt? This one is good, but it requires level 44. We also got some staffs. Yeah, all of these are decent, but maybe we can find a better amulet. Okay, how about this one? Gives us more cast speed, chance to block, more mana and intelligence, and we would be losing a little bit of life. So this is an option. This one would be good if it wasn't physical attack damage. But it would solve our issue with resistances that we have slightly, and with all the attributes. It could be good for leveling. So let's switch it to this one. Sadly, this was kind of good, but it's not as good as this. Although, is it even better? I guess from the cast speed. I think I don't need cast speed that much. I'd rather have the mana regen. And that's about it. What? Dagger's 10%, but I don't have any. Or does it show the percentage that I've found? That's the case. Oh no, there we go. Do we have anything in wands? Yes, we do, but this is the one for fire damage. Helmets. Yeah, we don't have a good helmet. Alright, so that's all the upgrades we can do. Let's sell the rest of this stuff.
Hello.
So we can also sell this.
Stay out of the shadows. They bite.
And I'm not gonna need this ring anymore. Might as well deposit everything else. Now finally what I'm gonna do is head to the docks. Let's deliver the quest. What kind of ring do we want? Well, we always fancy a life ring. And this life ring, well, it's not too great in general. It will give us a lot to our attributes and life, 50 life, so I think it's better than this one. And now we can put Grace if we had a place to put it. And I think that means that let's go find a way to put it on. Luckily that's fairly easy. What we're gonna do is use it on our shield. So reforged sockets, and we don't care about linking them because we only want to add an aura. So here would be Grace. Means now we could switch Grace. And Grace, it is 50%, but it grants us evasion. Our current evasion is non-existent. Why is that? Because most of our gear is energy shield based. But we're gonna fix that once we go into the labyrinth. And speaking of that, let's head into the labyrinth.
You stand before the gates of the Lord's labyrinth. Within these walls, the Lady of Justice.
So 55.
She shall
If I keep
wave
spamming it,
her
I run out of
in
mana.
one hand. Your heart justice will prevail.
As for now, I'm gonna disable precision. Let's check our chance to hit. 95%, so it should be good. Let's get that last level up. Now, what is the labyrinth? Actually, let's start from the beginning. We head over here. The way you find this entrance, of course, is once you've gotten all 6 of the trials, you'll be able to get here. The trials are located in these places. The lower prison, Act 1, crypt level, level 1, Chamber of Sins, level 2, crematorium, catacombs, and Imperial Gardens, Act 3. So once you have all these, you can activate it, and it will get us into a randomly generated labyrinth. Although this randomly generated labyrinth is generated not for each time you enter it, per se, but the layout is determined by the day. So every 24 hours, the layout will slightly change. What that means, if you want to keep running Labyrinth, once you find the path you want to go, next time you enter the Labyrinth, well, you know where to go. So it should be a lot faster to run these things. Open the strongbox, what does it have? It has some curses. Well, if we escape them, then it doesn't matter. Right, potential upgrade maybe? Although usually these have fire damage on them. Fortunately, no. Now, we finally did it. We got the iron grip. We have the Ghost Reaver. Let's now decide what we want to do. Now, big thing would be some kind of leech, so that I can get my energy shield back. 'Cause currently we have 0. There's no way for us to recharge it. And what's the closest leech we can have? I mean, right here. So I'm gonna put the point in there, and slowly we're gonna be able to get it. And as we increase our damage, we're gonna get even more. As we get more of those nodes, we're gonna get even more. So as long as we keep attacking, we're gonna get some energy shield.
I need more mana.
They're cold resistant? No. Just deals extra chaos damage. So if you want to find the way to the Labyrinth's exit in a fairly fast way, oh, there's the rogue Exile. Let's kill him. And we get a 4-linked Shadow Axe, which is decent, but I don't need it. Also get these bad boys. You'll notice that these are level 34, that's because the items tend to drop around... Oh, hey Samuels. Items tend to drop around the monster level that's in the area, so you can actually get here on your next character once you found all the trials faster, but the item level's still gonna be 34, 33. Now we don't care about these things. What is this? Oh, that's a scepter. A fetish. Hey, I'm not judging, I'm just curious. Alright, so... is it any good? We could craft increased cold damage on it. And... it may be better. Because you gotta remember that we also gain 6 to 10 cold damage spells, so sometimes it's better to also just keep the base higher than get another multiplier percent. There may be any possible way we can get another level up before attempting the boss, although the first phase is easy. Let's just go. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, the weary traveler draws close to the end of the path. The Emperor beckons, and the world attends.
So, this is Izaro, the boss we're gonna have to defeat 3 times. Isn't too bad, you just have to mostly not stand still.
Claim your inheritance.
You keep moving around, he's not gonna be able to damage you that often, but he does have certain mechanics. He can do this swipe, he can shoot these projectiles and he can charge you like that. Also in his arena, you'll notice that there are these mirrors. They summon all of these guys who deal either cold, fire, or lightning damage. So they can get quite annoying. And the difficulty is just gonna keep increasing as we go further. Now what we need to do is get him down to 66% health, then his phase will be over. Now if we actually stand in a group, we get around 12 to 13 energy shield with our current measly 0.4% each. It's not that bad. Helps with tiny bit helps with our survivability. Maybe we won't get one shot accidentally.
Accept no impasse. Such resilience.
Oh yeah, I forgot about I was busy with the Rogue Exile.
Filled with emperors in waiting.
The way we can kind of determine where to go, first of all, you can look at the current location. You'll see where the exits are. For instance, the first place where we were, the Forgotten Reliquary, had only one entrance to the trio. But after here, you can see we have two possible exits. Now, what I like to do when I'm just starting is always go for the right one. Seems to be a larger chance that the exit you're looking for is on the right side. That's how I usually go with my labyrinths. Could be random completely, but I don't know. I've run a lot of labyrinths. That's just kind of what I've observed. There should be a decorative chest here. In the labyrinth you can also find different chests behind some traps or enemies, and these can give either high tier loot, potentially. I think these chests have increased item rarity and item quantity, but some of them can help you out with the boss fight, which I think I'll be using. If I open the decorative chest, I get Sands of Eternity, and what it does is that it's gonna basically disable one of the traps he has. Okay, good, another level. We're just gonna keep putting points into, well, total recovery per second. Yeah, let's go here, it's gonna be faster. And we desperately need that second level. Now, we can also sacrifice a little bit of damage. Or cast speed, maybe. How much does it change our cast speed? Not by that much. So let's grab the energy leech support, and it gives us how much percentage? 1.5. So if these guys damage us, yeah, it's decent.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation.
We can also check these gloves, but yeah,
Is to dance with
they're not that good.
slowness lends strength to one's enemies.
You can always even see here, the next idol you hit will no longer regenerate life. Let's say I hit this idol,
Your freedom.
and you'll see that the effect is lost and it won't regen life. If I do the same to this one, however, it starts regening life. And if once it's on full life, it will, even at half life, it seems at half. Is it full HP or half HP? Could be full HP. But they activate their effect. This one Lose all life on cast, regenerate life, cast lightning beacons. So it's kind of like a time bomb. It's these tiny areas here. So yeah, since we're constantly dodging the fast... Oh my god, my eyes hurt from that flashbang. Maybe let's quickly switch it to the old regular. Did I switch? Oh, I think I killed the regular guy. There we go. Thank you very much for the follow. So it can get quite hectic in here. As long as you keep your focus and dash at the guy. Their projectiles are quite slow. And since there's so many of them, we're able to maintain our energy shield leech. So we don't even have to constantly spam flasks. Of course, it is kind of hard to see what's going on with all these hands. But this phase should be over now. Need scrap. And again, we're gonna keep heading right, and hopefully that's gonna lead us close to where we want to go. Although the layout can slightly change, you'll notice sometimes that some things remain consistent. Fire traps are always present after the third one. I guess we'll do this tiny little switch puzzle. Maybe we'll get some good gear. So, seems like it's time-based, right? So we need to clear all the enemies and then activate the switches in a timely manner. I thought usually then it said that it's a timed switch. Or maybe it only says that for the cranks. Alright. Let's go sicko mode. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we need to do... Maybe this is a lights out puzzle. Maybe we just go in here. I don't know. What's the point of this? Well, we can open the curious logbox. We do get a treasure key. Now, treasure key is going to be used at the end of the fight with Zaro to open special treasure chests, so it's good that we get this one, because we were going to be probably one short. Let's see if there's anything good on this belt. Has more life. Yeah, I'll take it. And maybe we can finally get an upgrade to our shield that we have. Increased fire damage, chance to block. Nah. Sad days.
When I'm ready, and not before.
And yeah, that's domain crossing. So again, since I head to the right, I had a high chance of getting to the one that leads further to the right side, because the next one over here is going to be the final trial. And now we're stuck with Grace on a lower level because we need some dexterity. Again, gonna have to find a way to resolve that issue somehow. Got a couple of ideas. But mostly if we keep farming gear, we're gonna end up finding something that has some dexterity rolled on top of it, so that's always an option, especially when we're doing Labyrinth. Now that's the estate path, so let's check the upper one. That one should probably be it. And we found a trial.
An aspirant can afford to be promising. An emperor must keep the empire awaits you.
Now, in the first trial that you do here at level 33, these traps are luckily disabled. We do have to still worry about all of these guys that we can't now damage. But later on you're gonna find these labyrinths are filled, even in the boss area, with either spikes, soul blades, poison darts. And since we have the option, let's also remember to put the curse on him, so he takes increased cold damage. Well, that's the outcome, but technically he has just a lower cold resistance now.
Forget your freedom.
Now, you may be wondering also why it is that I was so certain of my choice for Witch. Well, that's because I also know what kind of ascendancy I'm gonna be getting. After you do this trial, that's why it's important to do,
Are condemned.
you are gonna choose between one of 3 classes, which will determine a lot about your build.
Receive your sentence.
And there we go.
Is inescapable.
That animation on every creep is annoying. It's annoying? For you? Annoying for me. I can't see the boss, and I have to dodge his attacks. Right, let's grab the treasure keys. And I can already see we have some scepters, some wands which we can find. Find and see if they're any good. I guess the Fawn's Horn, wait, don't need to check its fire damage. Anything good up here? Okay. I'll take it. This might already be an upgrade. Because we can also craft on it. Yeah. Wasn't expecting to get an upgrade so soon. And we also can see if we maybe can get a better chest piece. This ironically is better, so let's take it. Maybe a helmet as well, because our helmet's kind of useless at this moment. Yeah, and maybe the boots. Fortunately, the boots are bust. But now we come into this room, we can choose any of these chests that we want. I'm just gonna pick at random because it really doesn't matter.
Of justice, you are worthy.
And didn't get any uniques,
Receive
but
our blessings. Embrace our gifts.
so we could check
and rise,
check the
ascendant.
staff, but I don't want it.
This is
So this is the divine font. What you can do is two things. One is add quality to a gem. That's how we can get 20% quality on our gem. Or if you do happen to get some gem cutters prisms, those also improve the quality. So these are two ways to do it. Maybe there are more, but these are the only two ways that I know of. Also another thing we can do is transform a skill gem to be a random transfigured gem. It's the same color. Now what does it mean? Well, over here we have the skill Ice Nova. And some skills have alternative variants, let's call them. So if I was to say put Spellslinger here, and let's see what we get. There's Icicle Mine of Fanning, Eye of Winter of Finality, Lightning Conduit of the Heavens. So nothing we currently need. But there is a chance we could get a variant of the Ice Snow skill. And that would have slightly different properties than the regular Ice Snow. Some are... I'm not sure if they're specifically like better versions than the regular. It's just that they have different trade-offs. The most important thing is the Altar of Ascendancy, which allows us to choose between three classes. Here, for the Witch, we have Occultist, Elementalist, and Necromancer. You would think that since we're doing cold damage, I would probably go with the Elementalist. And that would be correct if I didn't already have a plan for our Occultist. Now, let's pick that one. And now that we've finished it, we get 2 points that we can spend. These Ascendancy points can be refunded, but they cost 5 replay points for each one. So do keep that in mind. Now we can either get Forbidden Power, while Bastion is probably useless to us. And that has to do with the fact that we have Ghost Reaver, right? Ghost Reaver, you cannot recharge. Although recharge, that's not the same as regenerate, so maybe it's not useless. Now, do I want to go into the Void Beacon first and then get Frigid Wake or Forbidden Power? I'm thinking Forbidden Power. So what that does is, if we spend 200 mana, let's quickly do so. We get 1 power charge. Power charges, they increase our critical strike chance, but we're also going to be using them to increase some of the other stats that we can find are located around the skill tree. Okay, so that was the Labyrinth. We did it. We are now officially no longer a witch, and we are going to now become an occultist.
Good luck.
Switch this immediately, and let's go see about crafting on our new one. So what can we get? We can get flat cold damage, however if I get the second level, again it's gonna be level 48 and I'm not gonna be using it, so I now learned my lesson. And is there a difference between adds damage and adds damage to spells? Isn't that the same? Because it doesn't specify attacks. I'm curious. Let's check this out. 703. If I add skull damage, it's still 703. Okay, so adds 2 to 12 cold damage acts like it adds to attacks. Or I guess it adds to the weapon, but the weapon itself doesn't gain anything from it. So we need the one that gives us damage to spells. And we got 13 to 20, almost the max roll. Now it's 837. Really good. And can we craft something on this one? We can. There must be, yeah, 2 hybrid modifiers here. So what we can then get, so here's an example, right? We currently do get increased evasion and energy shield, right? But you see, we can also craft increased evasion and energy shield. Now normally that can't happen, but since that's a hybrid modifier, we're able to craft on. And I think we will. 26 to 35%, and if we just wanted to pick one, it's almost 50%. So Yeah, let's do that. And we get 27. It's fine. We could also do something with our helmet. Like, this helmet already has that. It rolled a hybrid mod with increased evasion rating as well as increased evasion rating by itself. So what I wanted to do is I'm gonna need these slots. And we got it first try. With the correct colors. Love to see that. We also need at least 3 on here, but we got 4. Which means we may be able to support something else in the future. Maybe. I'll have to think about. Do we want an additional aura or maybe something else? But let's now recolor it. What we're looking for is 3 blues. Or can be purely blue. Now, since it's purely blue, I'm thinking, why don't we see about 4 linking it? Let's actually transfer the ice node here, control destruction with energy leech, and now we can add 1 more, and we had faster casting. Yeah. So now it's gonna cost more. 26 mana per cast, but we can cast it faster at least. The other thing we could try is maybe not use faster casting, but we can go to the library. And check some support gems. So, what do we have here? Is there anything related to cold damage? Anything at all. I'll take anything. Kinda seems like the answer is no. We already have energy leech support. I guess we're stuck with that. Alright, there is another thing we could get, which is somewhere around here. Added cold damage support, which would flat out just give us more cold damage. Does it actually work with spells? Well, it says it gives it to Ice Gnome, so I'm pretty sure that it does. Now, the language sometimes is quite confusing. Since we're now using 26 mana per cost. Wouldn't it be better if we actually got that instead? We aren't gonna be firing that often. Alright, we'll see. I'm gonna buy it later if I have to. Now, what we need to do is go to the Sarn encampment. No, not Sarn encampment. We didn't do the west. Let's go to the Ebony Barracks. Finally face piety. So now, how is our evasion looking? Not too good. Now that we have energy, guess we can do this. Our mana sustain is kind of garbage, but all of that will be improved later. And here we need to take out Grigory. Oh, no, he wasn't Grigory. Grigory's the one who gives us the quest. We need to kill General Grievous. Hello there.
I need more mana.
So the shield that he has is a Molten Shell. It's a skill you can get as well. Protects from damage, and once it depletes, it damages enemies around you. So, do be careful about melee hitting him. High damage. Actually, we're doing better damage, I think, than we did with one of the previous times I attempted this, where I had ice bombs. Not true. 1.3.
You wanted me burned back in Aureus Gravisius. That wasn't
Herald already gives 200. Not bad, honestly, not bad. Slowly building up. And as we get more levels and get further in, our damage and evasion is just gonna start skyrocketing.
when I'm ready and not before.
So this is the first mini boss in the area. Likes to run around. Not unless he's cornered by his own minions. And this precision would eat up even more mana. How much is it now? 59 if we level it up. 68. So yeah, the costs keep increasing. I think it's always the same actually. 8 or 9 mana. Okay, we get the level up, which means we can finally get ourselves more Legion. So the whole idea of this character is gonna be that we evade attacks, and when we do take damage, it's gonna be pretty devastating. But as long as we're able to get our energy shield back, we should be doing quite well. Over here should be the simpler version of Brutus that we fought. If we stand right next to him, not that much of an issue. He does have the slam attack, which can be quite devastating, as those hit hard, but yeah, if we circle straight through, then there's no problem. We also get a jewel. I can just show what these do. So this one, for instance, has 13% increased mana regen rate, and minions gain resistance. These are used to socket inside of your skill tree. For instance here, if I used one level and acquired this basic jewel socket, I could put it here. And that would give me the effects of the jewel. Now these jewels work the same as regular gear. You can make them into rare versions. You can reroll them.
And not before.
And over here's the second level and one of the bigger maps that you have to traverse.
You either master me, or you master self.
So our mana regen is doing fine now. I think we can switch back to the Quicksilver Flask, which I constantly forget that I have and never use it. It's a waste of a slot, but still, sometimes I remember it. Still can't one-shot these guys, but no worries. We've been fighting Piety, I guess only once until now. We've met her a couple of times before, we fought her until half health, and now we're gonna totally and definitely kill her this time for sure. Are you sure about that? Well, I have it on good authority that, yeah, this is the final time. So now we've gotten to the cage part, which can sometimes be a hassle to maneuver around. But luckily, we can also go through walls, because we're just that good. Oh, and I found the exit immediately. I could check out the flask. What do we get? Oh, no. I'm not taking that one again. I've learned my lesson from Act 2. Now, will we get a level up from these guys? Sadly, no. But we did get another piece here. Is it better? Well, it has higher evasion, but other than that, I would have to say no. Plus, we actually get dexterity and intelligence from this one, so that keeps us safe with a couple of levels. Or such as Grace, which we aren't using at the moment. We only have 400 evasion, but I don't really need evasion to be that high at this moment. Yeah, we're smoking her. And we also have a higher crit chance now. It says 24, but that isn't actually true. The crit chance is based for spells on the spell we have here, which is 6%. I think it's the same as our weapon here. No, the ones have an 8% chance. So in reality we have about, I don't know, 20%, not 24. And if we do a critical strike, we basically do 1.5 times the damage, but you can get that even higher.
I loved your work, Piety. It was you I wasn't very fond of.
Okay, dramatic level up here at the end. Do we want something from the Leech Mastery? 40% increased armor and evasion rating while leeching later on could be good. But for now, maybe I should just grab this one. So I just get more life and energy shield. I think that sounds like a solid plan. We'll focus on life and energy shield. Then work our way towards some actual damage. Don't care about any of these. Yeah, definitely don't care.
Have claimed the most worthy of praise. Be well.
Boy,
Now, Grigor, my man.
this is the gem you plant.
Ooh,
Unfortunately.
you're so kind. Now, there are two ways we can go about getting some life and mana. Or life and energy shield, basically. We can take these 4 nodes, then we also get the plus 50 maximum life from this mastery. Or we start heading this way and reap the benefits here. This would help with our damage, so I think I actually want to go here first. I'll get a couple of the damaging ones and then we'll get the really important one.
That would just make life complicated.
Okay, so last thing we need to do is travel back to the Imperial Gardens and get to the place where the door was locked previously, although we didn't actually check. I didn't see a doorknob, so I was kind of confused. Now, before I continue, I actually have
Remember,
some
Dominus,
private business
what
to
goes
take
up
care of,
must come down.
which is not safe for TV. Okay. Vape refueled.
When I'm ready, then not ready.
Now let's go find the boss at the end of this act. The guy who actually exiled us. And that's why we are exiled. Like everyone calls us exiles. Because of him. That guy. He did it. I'm innocent, Your Honor.
I need more mana.
These guys with their protection shield are quite annoying, especially if they run away. But if, in order to damage them, you just have to enter into their sphere. All we need to do is just keep heading up and up. The next entrance is gonna have a loading screen because it's, I guess it's counted as a separate zone. And I'm sure it doesn't show on map though, so I think it's just for loading purposes, so that they don't have to, so that they can save a little bit of processing power. Here's the waypoint. Where to find the waypoint, but not the exit. Guess it's over there on the top. Seems like that's not the case. Now, one good thing about the fact that we now have 4 linked attack gem, right, is yes, the cost increases, but we actually want to spend a lot of mana, because that will keep making sure that we get our power charges. That was the whole point of the Ascendancy. So if we were to look at our skill tree, for instance, and see that some of the nodes give like maybe 10% less cost of mana for skills, well, we're gonna be skipping those, because hell no, we want to be using as much mana as possible. We can quite comfortably sustain them. Now we have 4. If we look at our damage, well, why is it so low? Are we cursed or something? Anyways, that also ups our DPS because of the critical strike chance. And I think from our... That's not the only thing it does, because in our Ascendancy we get increased area of effect and damage per charge. So even against these guys who have life regen, we're able to out DPS them. It's a nice indicator that we're doing at least something right today. So I don't really need to keep this one around. Doubt we're gonna get a level up before fighting the boss, so let's just tank him with what we got right now. Should have more than enough survivability and damage for him. Actually, I think I can get a level up. Yeah, it's only 8%. There should be at least some enemies here. Right, chumps. Daddy needs his experience. Guess we're gonna be a little short. Well, we'll definitely hit the level up during the fight, so technically we can quickly, if we know what we want to get, now I want to get the heart and soul, quickly do that mid-fight, shouldn't be an issue.
The master that called you here? Which?
You called me here. I was on crash landed on the shore.
I need more mana.
Right, there's the level up. Let's go here real quick. with your hands in the air like you just don't care. Very thrilling fight. One of the best ones we had so far. And since we're leeching energy shield, that means that these guys don't really get to our life pool that often. So we can stay here stationary and keep attacking.
Have you ever seen the true face of God, Exile? The touch of God!
Now we need to be careful of the touch of God. But for instance here. Yeah, I can even tank his attacks. Usually I can, I'm not that comfortable.
The light of divinity! Die!
Okay, so that's phase 1 completed.
This world is an illusion, Exile.
And I think for phase 2 we can also stand here. We'll see. We do await sometimes, but our evasion's so low that it really can't do more than like we evade once every 4 attacks, it seems. Just punching his chest. So for boss fights it seems that, yeah, we still need 2 flasks. Let me kill these guys because they're gonna be annoying.
When I'm ready, I'm not.
And there goes the boss.
No one will cry for you, Dominus. Not a soul.
Is any good? Has some life, has some mana. Be a decent upgrade maybe? I don't know. Hard to say sometimes. Yeah, actually,
What do you want?
what do I want? What do you want? Why do you look so weird? Now, we've officially reached Act 4. The aqueducts are also a great place to level up, because it consists of 2 paths, the left one and the right one over there, that you alternate between, so that means you constantly get into monster spaces and you can just not worry about where to go. So these guys are of course resistant to our damage, so it takes a little bit longer, but not too bad. Well, technically I should have 1 flask that has instant recovery. So by the pace we're going at, it seems like I'm gonna be doing 1 act per stream. Maybe we'll once we start the second challenge, do things a little bit faster, but yeah, currently that's about the pace I think we're gonna go for our first ever series here. Wink. Now we are level 35 and the zone here is level 33. So I think the cap starts to become apparent about 5 levels that are different from the enemy's levels. So we could get around, say realistically, if we stayed here and farmed, probably 40 if I wanted to. Because the XP rate would be reduced, but still we can get a couple of levels. But I'm not gonna. No way, Jose.
When I'm ready and not.
So the faster casting actually is a good choice for us. Because, yeah, we attack faster, deals more damage, and means we get to spend mana faster, so we're kind of always now full on power charges. Very simple mini boss. Should be kind of close to the end now.
I need more mana.
What is this note, huh? A note from Piety? Probably an old one. We definitely killed her, if you didn't see.
I have. Go where you are needed.
Right. Now this is the main camp for Act 4. Before we end the stream, I'm gonna do the Dryad Lake, 'cause it's kind of off to the main path. Why not? We'll get another level as well. So this isn't the one we're looking for. We need to find a specific unique enemy, but... Huh. Interesting. Didn't know it hides... Apparently it hides divination cards as well. Drill Neck Corrupted. Maybe it's because it's one of the least useful ones. Some of the divination cards are garbage. And if you haven't ever gotten this far to actually receive them, what they do is it says 1 out of 5, we can collect 5 cards and get the item that is listed there. So Drill Neck, it's probably some kind of weapon, I guess. There are a bunch of different currency ones, weapon related ones, armor ones. You can get, for instance, in Attack 9 you can get one that's fairly often farmed for, which is the Tabula Rasa. The unique item which has a chest plate, which has no stats on it, but what it does give you is 6 socket and 6 linked chest plate. And all of the sockets are of the white color. Means you can slot any kind of gem you want. It's a great, like, leveling chest plate. So we're tanky enough that we're able to just take even these slams, but I probably shouldn't because that sounds like a disaster. In case he does a critical strike and it happens at a bad time. Overall quite easy. And the Desert Banner is the one we're looking for. That's actually necessary for us to progress in this act. Anything good? No? Well, we move. And if you want to trade your divination cards, you can fight the Tasuni. And over here, if we had 5 of them, we would be able to trade for something. But we don't, so we aren't going to do that. I do have a couple here. For instance, if I collect 8 of these, I get a Chaos Orb, a Baal Orb, a Ziri item, Doidra item. Bunch of stuff, and there are more than these. Ooh, this is level 40. I could use that. It has some good evasion. Plus the 5 slots, although it's gonna be hard to get full blue sockets. Off the bat, see ya. Well, I'm gonna end the stream regardless of that. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. We went from basically almost completely dying, dealing no damage, to now we're quite tanky and we deal decent damage.
That would just make life complicated.
No, is the dog gonna do anything? Oh, the dog doesn't do anything here. But yeah, we did some good progress. Finally got all the Keystones, which means we're able to now go wherever we want. Got the Occultist. We're off to a great, well, not start, but the middle, I guess. So yeah, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.